There is a room inside you that no one else knows how to enter. Not because you've locked it, but because you built it with materials no one else can name. You sit in it sometimes in the middle of a dinner party, behind your eyes on a crowded train, in the seconds between someone asking a question and you choosing how to answer, and the room is quiet and full and very much alive. From the outside, it looks like withdrawal. It looks like disengagement, maybe even sadness. They watch you leave a conversation and assume something is wrong. They ask if you're okay and mean it, because in their world, when someone goes quiet, something has broken from the inside. It feels nothing like breaking. It feels like returning. Maybe you know someone like this. Someone who seems genuinely happy alone, not performing contentment, not waiting to be rescued from their own company. Someone who leaves a gathering early and feels not guilt, but relief, the way you feel when you finally take off shoes that were too tight. Someone who reads the same sentence twice, not because they didn't understand it, but because it said something true. Maybe it's you. If it is, you have likely spent years being handed a diagnosis you never agreed with: shy, withdrawn, antisocial, cold. People who find noise easy look at people who find stillness necessary and assume the latter must be suffering. The cultural shorthand for someone who prefers depth to breadth, interiority to performance, is almost always a deficit, almost always a wound. But there is something that neuroscience has been quiet, lies saying for years, that the loudest conversations keep drowning out. When your brain is not focused on the external world, not responding to a notification, not performing social pleasantness, not tracking 17 simultaneous inputs, it does not shut down, it activates. What researchers call the default mode network, a constellation of brain regions, linked to self-reflection, narrative construction, and creative synthesis, becomes most alive precisely in the space that modern culture calls doing nothing. This network does not idle between interactions. It builds. It makes meaning. It works the long problem that crowded rooms interrupt. A 2025 paper from Penn State describes the DMN as uniquely positioned to integrate information from distant brain regions, not because the mind is wandering, but because it is finally free to move. And for people who need solitude the way others need air, this network is running constantly, always composing, always reaching towards something that hasn't been named yet. Separately, research on introvert brain physiology has found measurably greater gray matter volume in the prefrontal cortex, the region governing complex analysis, future modeling, and nuanced decision-making. This is not a consolation prize. It is a structural advantage in any world that eventually requires someone to think past the surface, think back to the child you were. Not the performing version, not the one who learned to match the room's energy, the original one. The one who built something intricate alone in the corner, while everyone else chased each other in circles. The one who had conversations in their head that felt more real than the ones happening out loud. The one who, when given a free afternoon, disappeared into some private world that no adult could fully map. That child was not broken. That child was not waiting to be fixed. That child was already practicing the interior life that would become their greatest capacity. And yet we build a world that asks you to apologize for it. A world that equates busyness with virtue, noise with vitality, social performance with health. A world where "what did you do this weekend?" is a test, and the honest answer, read thought, walked alone, existed quietly inside my own mind, requires translation into something socially acceptable. We built an entire attention economy specifically designed to colonize the internal space, where your most essential work happens. We call the empty afternoon a problem to be solved. We prescribe stimulation as if stillness were a symptom. Social interaction, for someone wired this way, is not effortless. Research consistently confirms what you have always quietly felt. It is cognitively expensive. Processing social signals simultaneously, modulating expression, tracking conversational dynamics, this costs something real. And the people who feel that cost most acutely are often the ones whose inner circuitry is running the most complex operations. You are not avoiding people because you dislike them. You are returning to yourself because that is where the work lives. And the work matters. The thinkers, writers, composers, scientists, and architects of understanding who changed the way the world sees itself did not do it in meetings. They did it in the aftermath of meetings, in the quiet, in the room inside themselves that no one else could enter. Intentional solitude, chosen, purposeful, inward, has been linked in study after study to creative breakthrough, emotional resilience, and the kind of deep synthesis that open-plan offices and group chats structurally prevent. Solitude is not where creativity retreats. It is where creativity is born. And this, clearly, is not antisocial. The person who prefers depth to volume does not hate people. They simply refuse to dilute the experience of connection into something performative. When they give you their full presence, and they will, selectively, deliberately, completely, it will be the most real thing you've felt in a room in years. So let this be said without hedging. You are not broken because you need to go home early. You are not cold because you speak only when you mean it. You are not depressed because silence restores you. You are not antisocial because you choose depth over frequency. You are not lonely. You are complete, not escaping, returning, not missing out, going inward, not withholding, conserving, so that what you give is whole. The world will keep misreading you. It will call your solitude absence. It will call your interiority aloofness. It will hand you its noise and wait for you to be grateful. It has never quite known what to do with someone who finds the most interesting conversation happening behind their own eyes. You don't have to take the noise. You never did. Walk gently with yourself. The room inside you is not empty. It never was. It is the most inhabited place you know.